So here we are looking at the fight or flight response, also known as the sympatho-adreno-medullary axis. Now, when you first see a stressor, a part of the brain called the hypothalamus, which I've just pinpointed right here, is activated. So just imagine if you've seen, I don't know, say for example, a robbery taking place, then your hypothalamus would be triggered. As soon as the hypothalamus is activated, it activates a neuron pathway within your body, which is called the sympathetic branch. Now, this is actually part of something known as the autonomic nervous system. I'm just going to give you this area here on the right-hand side. These two boxes are actually just further information for you. So, for example, autonomic nervous system is actually something that is in your body. Everyone has it, and it consists of two branches. One branch, which is all over your body, is known as the sympathetic branch. Now, this is responsible, and these branches from the autonomic nervous system have nerve pathways that go to different parts of your body, so different organs. So, for example, the heart, the lungs, the bladder, your eyes, everything. So, the sympathetic branch is responsible for making you feel hyper. So, for example, increasing your heart rate, increasing your breathing rates, your blood pressure, and it also inhibits your bladder because if you think about it, if you're in a fight or flight state, where you really have to run away from something dangerous, then the last thing you want to be doing is thinking about peeing. So that's why your bladder has to be stopped. Then there's the parasympathetic branch, and that makes you feel calm. South London Q. Right. So parasympathetic branch makes you feel calm. So your heart rate goes back to normal. Your bladder can basically do what it needs to do now. Your breathing would go back to normal rate. So respiration would return back to normal. So really that's about making you feel calm, whereas the sympathetic branch makes you feel hyper. So if I now go back to where we were, so we said the hypothalamus gets triggered when you're under some sort of stress, and it has to be some short-term stress here. This then activates the sympathetic branch of the autonomic nervous system. So remember we talked about what the autonomic nervous system is about. And then that activates something known as the adrenal medulla. So it's just above here. We have two of them and they're above the kidney. I like to call them the hat of the kidneys because really they do look kind of like a little hat. So the adrenal gland, and if you remember, a gland means it secretes some sort of hormone or it secretes something. So if I take you to this box here, I've given you an image of what an adrenal gland actually looks like. So if you can see, this is the adrenal gland. So if I've just taken, that little extract from the image and I've just taken it to here. So imagine this was the little top hat. Now, the adrenal gland is made up of two parts. The adrenal cortex is the outer layer. And if you remember, we've discussed when something ends with the word cortex, it means the outer layer of something. So the adrenal cortex on the outside, and then inside is called adrenal medulla. So that's why the sympathetic branch actually, as a neuron or a nerve pathway, it has a direct link to the inside of the adrenal gland, so specifically adrenal medulla. So let's go back to point 3 here. So this then activates the sympathetic branch then activates the adrenal medulla to release adrenaline into the bloodstream. So that is responsible for releasing adrenaline. Now adrenaline is now released into your bloodstream, and at point 4 it says here, and that is responsible for increasing your heart rate, so HR, increasing your blood pressure, the BP, and also gives you a burst of energy, and that really can help you fight a situation head on. So for example, if the robber was to come up to you, it would allow you to have the opportunity to fight, or alternatively your brain and your body might say, actually, you got no chance, run. So you will decide between one of those two, but that is the fight or flight response.